Hello guys, welcome to my videos. Today I'm gonna teach you guys some beginner-friendly problems that involved in C language, which is the fundamental language of all computer programming. And for anyone to say that anyone can become a computer programmer, yes, if only if you developed a strong logical reasoning, because computer is turn a binary digits into anything, like whatever data you're inserting, it's just digit stuff that running through your computer. That's all you need to know, honestly. And I just finished my midterm and I just want to share you guys, like give you guys a follow up of what we're doing as a computer programmer. And in college, we did it on paper. So it's low chance if there's like professor need you to do on a computer, which is more easy. So all you need to know is the fundamental thing, the structure of how the computer works. So without further ado, I will give one functions. I hope you guys like know a little of C language. I won't dive deeper into explaining through steps and steps. It's just like I want you guys to like develop logical reasoning with me because this I have no idea what's going on, but we'll go through it. I don't know how long it will take, so bear with me if you want to learn and keep it on my own pace. So here we go. Let's read the problem. So this is the function has two numbers representing what each player threw in a game of rock, paper, scissors. These functions return 1 if the player won't the game or 0 if they either lost or tied the game. So for you reading this, it's take a lot of thinking like what are we going to do? What's the input? What's the output? All of that. So we'll go through that with me. But I want you guys to keep this in thought. Before we do anything else, we need to write a basic structure of how the computer works in C language. So this is the structure. You need hashtag include studio. Oops, I forgot this. And bear with my typing. I know it's a bit slow and lagging, I guess. Then integer main. You can put void, but it doesn't mean anything. And then a block. So this is the basic structure of C. Next, since this is the main, it's not a function. This problem requires functions, so you need to create a prototype and definition here. So what I'm going to do is prototype. And then now think of this. So pass two numbers. And then they also mention return numbers. So there's a variable type, which is integer, is to return a number. We have float character or char is returning the letters. In this case, it's an integer, so we will return numbers back. And then prototype here also involve a variable's name. So we have to came up with a name, any names. So in this case, I'm gonna say rock, paper, scissors, which is simple, I guess. And there's a camel case whenever you come with a variable's name. So you can put capital P here and capital S here, but for me, I'm okay. At least I should tell you guys that. And here inside this, we need to take the input in order for the function to pass through the main to run the code. We need a parameters is what it's called. So we also include variables and then this is each player. So we need to come up with the input, like what's the computer gonna receive. So in this case, there's two, which is winner and loser. but we can say come up with player and then integer opponent is what I'm gonna do. So here is our prototype, simple. And then under here is a function. We can write definition. Oh, in paper, you need to write everything. That's the point. So here you just copy and paste. And then just include the bracket again. Yeah, like that. Okay, so now we need thinking. What are we gonna do? So, in order for this to work, rock, paper, scissors, we need to come up with input, what it's gonna receive, what's the output, and how do we represent rock, paper, and scissors. So, I can say, for me, I think it's a bit it's like if you face a new thing here, you just need a lot of practice. It will take times, but yeah. Oh, I think it's wrong. So this won't run. This command won't run because I'm just showing you guys what we need to think, what I'm going to do. So first we can say input, what are we gonna receive? So we receive from player and opponent when they type in the numbers. And then we can represent rock, paper, scissors as a number because computer, they only understand digits. So we have to object something into digits. That's the point. So I'm gonna say 0 for rock, paper for 1, and scissors for 2. That's the input, and then we have to think about the output. What is it gonna print? So in this case, there's a winner and a loser. They said it returns 1 if the player won and 0 if it's tie or lost. So we know the numbers, of course, so it will return 1 if the player won and return 0 if they're lost or tie. So yeah, that's all we need to do, like paraphrase it, and then you know what we're gonna do next and that. I think that's okay. So, oh, also you need to think of a statement. So in computer programming, there's looping, there's if and else, there's a logical, there's pointer, there's struct, there's array. I won't give you guys much of like break your expectations of, oh, computer is easy, but you have to think through. Since I study for 2 to 3 months, and when tackle these functions, you have to think of, oh, should I use this? Should I use that? It's require a lot. Like you need to know, like practice a lot in order to do things. Okay. So here you also need if else statement, which is it's a condition where you put something in it and then it will run. If it's not a valid input, it will skip through and, go through another statement. So in this case, we need a condition in order for to determine who won or who lost. We need that if else statement, which is a condition. Right. I think we're good to go. So I'm gonna write the function, I guess. So nothing else, because we have a player and opponent, we will receive the input from them. So we can use if put a condition. So we can say player is if it's okay. So this one I will put a valid input. No, sorry, invalid input. Since I gave the condition between 0 and 2, if the number is outside, it will skip through and return to 0 because it's like outside of the function. You know what I mean? So in this case, I'm gonna put invalid input. So if player is example, you need a test case. In order to like write a good function, you need to replace a test case with numbers. So example, if a player type 6 is smaller than 0, then it will return false. We use OR operator, which is this one. Okay. And then we can say opponent. No. Then if player is bigger than 2, then we use OR again. And then we can say opponent is smaller than 0 and opponent is greater than 2. Then we can say it will return 0. Simple as that. Okay, maybe not simple. So this is the invalid input. Next, we can if the player are tie. So you can think tie. Yeah, tie. We also say if we give a condition. Okay, wait a minute. So if player, oops. Oh God, what happened? Is equal to, you need a double equals in C language to make it equal. If it's just one equals, it's just assigned number, assigned value. And then bracket again. So if it's tie, they will return 0, of course. Oh, why am I in? Huh? Sorry, guys. It's a bit lagging, I guess. Okay. Okay, we finished 2 conditions. We need maybe one more conditions for winner. No, 2 more conditions. Because else it's gonna like ignore everything. So we need, this is for player, won't. So we use if again to give a condition. So if player is greater than 0 or player is smaller than 2 or opponent is greater than 0 or opponent is smaller. Wait, what? I think I'm wrong here. This is supposed to be bigger. Oops. Then we can return to 0. Not 1, my bad. Let me make a clear structure. And then semicolon. And then close bracket. Okay. This and then else. We need else at the end. So else is like, if this doesn't meet the requirement, then it will like return to 0. It's considered a loss thing. I hope. Oh, I think this is bracket. and bracket. So for this, I would say lost. It will do the opposite of what this condition do. So I think that's it. It's all set. We have invalid input, it will return 0. If it's a tie, it will return 0. If the player won, it will return 1. And if it's lost, else, then it will return 0. I think we're all set for function. Yeah. Now we go to the main and test it out. So for this to work, we need to pass the value from the function. We can say we give a variable first. Integer result is equal to rock, paper, scissors, and then we gave out a test cases. So I think I'm wrong. Okay, let's do first. 1, 0. Then we can do printf. Who have won? No, what I was saying. Let's just say results. There's nothing else. And then we need %d. And and for that result. Okay, I think I'm missing something. For this, I think it's wrong. You know what I mean? Because we need to determine, like, if we put rock, then it should be Caesar. So we can do test cases. So if player put rock, for example, so 0, I think we need an AND operator, not an OR. Sorry, because we need to determine which, like, if paper beat rock and that. It's not OR. OR is only like if true, one is true and one is false, it will return true. But in this case, we need to return the exact numbers. So we use AND. And if it's the statement true and this is true, then it will return true. So if player input 0, and then I think this is also equals, right? Okay, wait, if player is equal to 0 and if player, oh, okay, I messed up everything. See, you need to think. That's why you need test cases. It's not like I'm professional in coding. You just need thinking at all. Wait, let me think. If we need to beat, if player is equal to 0, so it's rock, it needs to beat Caesar, right? So if rock beats Caesar, we can say opponent is equal to 2, right? And then, or we can use that. And then player is equal to 1, and player is equal to, if it's paper, it will beat rock, right? And opponent is equal to 0. If it's 1, if it's paper, no, it will be, wait, what am I doing? Wait, rock is beating Caesar, and then paper is beating rock. my bad. And or layer is equal to Caesar, it will be paper. And opponent is equal to 1. Right? Yeah. Yeah. This should do. So I think it's okay. So here I'm gonna put this and then we can run. Okay, it works. So 1. So let's do a walkthrough with me. So in main function, we said 1 and 0. So we'll replace 1 with the player and 0 with the opponent. So 1 here, is it valid input? Yes. So if 1 is smaller than 0, it is false. And if 1 is if 2 is smaller than 1, it is false. If 1 is smaller than 0, it is false. And if 1 is bigger than 2, it is false. So it will skip this statement and move to this. And if 1 is equal to 0, no, it will skip this statement and go into this statement. So 1 is equal to 0, no. And it will skip this too because it's not meeting the condition. So if this player is 1, then opponent is 0. So it's completing this, so it will return to 1, just as this. So nice. So yeah, it will return 1, just as the function said, if the player won't. So in this case, 1 and 0 is paper is beating Caesar. No, wait. Paper is beating rock. Yeah. So this is simple, but I hope I'm not taking long. We can do another test cases. So we can just copy and paste again. And then you guys guess what's the output is. Right? So let's say I'm enter Caesar, and then you guys enter rock. Will be 0, 2 and 0. So for me, Caesar and rock, I'm gonna lose, right? Caesar and rock. But then I should print who won't or who don't. I should include this. Print F layer 1, then %ent like this. Oh no, it should include inside, not outside. And then I should put print F it's a tie with that. And here we can print F your floss. And then %ent. Oh, I always forget, like, need to include this. For \n is a space, so you need like an interline. Just go to new line. If you guys wondered, I think it's all set. Yeah. I think it's okay. Oh, need to include this too. Yeah. So again, So if I enter Caesar and then you guys enter rock, then Caesar and rock, I'm gonna lose, right? Or no? Let's see. Well, yeah. So I guess that's it. You've lost. I've lost, which is vain. Okay. Then we can say a tie. Let me Control C and Control V. I'll put 1. This is also 1. And then we run. It's a tie. Now I can say out. Control C. Oh, here I can say please enter again. Print F. Then this. Backslash and oh, okay. All right. Let me give another test case. You need to do every test case. So if it's, let's say 4 and if it's 0, then you print the result. Yes. So this is it. Just output 1 0 1 0 like that. Because you know what? When you put 4 inside this, so it's 4 smaller than 0, false. If 4 is bigger than 2, it returns true. So it will skip this thing and then go straight to print and then return 0 because it meets the condition. So remember, if else statement, you guys need to give a condition. And then if it's checked, like if it's true, then it will skip everything. So I think that's it. This is a lot and taking a lot of time, but I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Yeah, that's all for me. Just think that for this is the main body. It will run the code. It will take the value and then replace it here. This value, replace it here, and below here's the function. Then I should delete all of this for, to able to see. When it takes this, it will go through this and then do the condition. If it's met, it will return this. If it's not, it will skip this whole thing and then go into this again. And then skip, and then it's like that. So yeah, I hope it's fun for you guys. I think that's all from me. Bye. Thank you for staying till the end. I hope I get to share something new in my next video. So have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.